What's up, bodybuilding fans? Dave Palumbo here for another RX Muscle news update. The IFBB Indianapolis Pro has prejudging in the men's open division has just let out, and luckily we have some great footage here from Maximum Muscle Report. I want to thank them for the footage, and let's take a look here. Akim Williams, Steve Kuclo, solidly in the middle. There was a couple move arounds, as we always have in the first call out, but it looks like these two guys are squarely battling it out for the number 1 and number 2 spot. Obviously, Akim Williams, a favorite of mine, someone I've worked with in the past since his amateur career. Love his physique. He's got a lot of wow factor. This is probably the best conditioning we've seen from him ever, especially from the side. We're seeing a lot of detail in his legs we haven't seen before. His back is looking better than it's looked before. But of course, Steve Kuclo, just placing very high these past couple weeks at the Arnold USA and the Arnold Australia. I thought he could have even been a little higher than he did finish, impressing everyone. This guy has gotten a huge structure, a la Jay Cutler, okay? Just wide shoulders, good V-taper. He just looks imposing on stage. When you look at him on stage compared to the other guys, he just structurally looks better. From a sheer size standpoint. And all the other guys seem a little narrower than Steve, and I think that makes Steve stick out a lot. However, I think Akeem has got a little more wow in some of the detail in his muscle, front quads, side leg. He's got great arms, obviously, great chest. His posing has improved tremendously. I could tell he's been working a lot on it. His endurance on stage was way better than I've seen it in the past, which tells me that, he's Oscar Arden is working his butt off there, and it shows. And I think that's what he needed to do. He's got a great front double bicep. The thing that impresses me a lot about Steve, however, is that I think Steve's got better legs than Akeem, and I think he's got a bigger back. And backs win shows sometimes. That front lat spread and the rear lat spread, really, I think, take out Akeem in those two poses. The other poses are pretty close. Between the guys. I do like Akeem's side poses, I think, because of that side leg. A lot of glute, side leg detail. Obviously, Akeem's got the great, chest, shoulders, arms for that side chest pose. He's pulling his side tricep much better than we've seen in the past. And to me, it's close. Now, at one point, they move Steve out of the middle, and they put Hassan Mostafa in there, who's this, I believe, is his pro debut. This guy's got a ton of mass on his body, but I almost think he's too carbed up here. When he was off to the side, I was like, man, I really want to see this guy in the middle, and I'm glad they moved him there because he's got the biggest legs on stage. He's got a lot of wow to his physique, but his midsection is definitely overblown a little bit, and that could be just from eating too much. I don't think this guy needs to carb up quite as much as he did, and I think that hurt him here. He's having trouble controlling his midsection, and it makes it's throwing off his symmetry a little bit. But I mean, he definitely stands with these guys size-wise in all the poses. He's a little shorter than Akeem and Steve, but he makes up for it in mass. He's almost like a Luke Sandoe, who also is in this top 4 here as well. Now, Luke impressed everyone, in the Arnold USA when he placed 3rd, a couple weeks ago. And a lot of people thought he was going to come in here and decimate this lineup because he's the highest-ranking guy here. Once again, I just haven't seen Luke bringing the level of conditioning that he had at that Arnold. I feel he's holding water here. I don't know if he's flat or if he's just not dry enough. It's a little hard to tell from the video. He's got all the body parts there. It's not popping as much. And I think when I see Kuclo and I see Akeem, I see more pop to his physique. And to me, that just means that he's not at his best here. And I think the judges, once they see your best, that's what they reward you for. So they're not going to reward him for less than his best. So I believe that it's going to be a battle to the end between Kuclo and Akeem. And I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I don't know if anyone has decided yet. I think if Akeem comes back a little fuller tonight, because he looks a little flat, I think he can win this thing. I think if Steve comes back even a little fuller, he can win this thing. I think it's open. I can't even make a decision at this point between the two of them. Once again, I really like both guys. They're really, I'd consider them both friends. Akeem I go way back with. So to see them both in the middle here in that 1-2 position is really a good feeling. And once again, I think that it's going to come down to the wire tonight. We'll have to find out, and we'll keep you updated later. For now, though, I'm Dave Palumbo with another RX Muscle news update.